everyone, welcome back to Serving Up Plumbing with David Butler. Today we're going to be talking about water conditioning, more specific halo water conditioning, the Ion. But first, make sure and hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and let me know what you'd like to see in the future. Now let's talk about water conditioning with the Ion system from Halo. The Halo Ion is what we're going to be talking about today. Now understand, I'm not sponsored by Halo Ion. This is a product that we use, though, at Milestone because we have great confidence in it and it does a great job on water conditioning. We talked in some previous videos about water conditioning and water softening. We're only talking about water conditioning today. This is where we treat slightly hard water, not much higher than 10 to 12 grains of hardness. And in the North Texas area where we are in Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, that's what we have is slightly hard water. The Ion from Halo is a great product to use for that. Now, the Ion comes in multiple sizes, so you can use it on all different kinds of homes. It comes from something as small as what we call the Ion H, which is 1/4 inch, used on humidifiers, hot water dispensers, anything that's a small amount. Even could be used on a refrigerator ice maker or a small ice machine. This helps keep the calcium and magnesium suspended in the water so it doesn't stick to the inside parts of those appliances. Makes it have a longer life, operate better. As I said, we have the Ion H, which is the tiny 1/4 inch, and it goes all the way up to the Ion 50 for residential service, which is 2-inch diameter. That way they can cover anything from less than 1 gallon per minute all the way up to 50 gallons per minute of treatment. Now understand, the Ion doesn't reduce the flow rate very much at all. And when we talk about Ion 6, Ion 9, Ion 12, these are the different numbers that go with them. What that means is not that only 6 gallons a minute will flow through it, or 9 gallons or 12, but what that means is it can only treat 6 gallons effectively flowing through it. Now it's very rare on a small home, 2-bath, which is what a lot of our homes are, that you're going to run more than 6 gallons a minute at a time. In fact, very rarely are you going to be running 6 gallons a minute at a time unless you were running like 2 bathtubs or maybe the washing machine in the bathtub. The Ion 6, Ion 9 are for most of our standard 2 to 3, 4-bath homes. We get into the larger homes that have 6, 7, 8 baths. We're going to go up to the Ion 12 and so on, going higher as we need a higher flow. One more thing about the Ion is it's also installed in the Halo 5. It's the 5th section of the Halo 5, which means the Halo 5 water filtration system not only filters the water, but it also conditions the water. Very few other water filtration systems do that. So the Halo 5 has an Ion actually inside it to condition the water. But right now we're just talking about Ions. So the Halo Ion, how does it work? In the Ion, there's a series of magnets in here. And as you see in the picture, it has 4 zones of polarity. So as it passes through the water, the magnets change the charge on the calcium and magnesium particles, keeping them suspended. And in that way, you still get the benefits from the calcium and magnesium. It doesn't remove it like a water softener does, yet it doesn't stick to your faucets, it doesn't stick to your pipe, the end of your faucets that get all calcified up with white crusty material, and your shower heads that get really bad. It actually converts this into what is called aragonite. Now the aragonite is kind of a white powdery looking substance, but it stays soft. It doesn't get hard like the residue that builds up on the outside of your faucet or your shower heads. Therefore, it's easy to remove. Sometimes you'll see this white coating of aragonite on things, maybe in the dishwasher or on a shower door, but it wipes right off. It's not a hard water stain. Whereas when you get a hard water stain on something, it's very difficult to remove, or hard water buildup on your faucets. When it goes through the Ion, it can be wiped off. It does not just fall off. This is about a 90% effective product. I have one in my own home. And what it does is it makes everything easier to clean off. It never gets to a point where it is so hard and crusty that you've got to use chemicals or scrape it off mechanically with a knife or something else, and then you're going to damage your faucets. These chemicals and the knife, all that, you're going to scratch it, you're going to discolor the finishes. Use the Ion water conditioner, you won't have to worry about that. Now, The one thing it won't do either is it's not going to make your shower door be crystal clear, and it's not going to make your dishes have no spots. There are other things that are involved in that. You have soap scum, using too much soap. You have shampoos. You have all the different things that you use on your hair and body in a shower. Those things add to the water and make the discoloration and the soap scum and the buildup on your doors and all of that sort of thing. So it's not going to make you have crystal clear doors, and it's not going to make you have crystal clear glasses, but it is going to help in reducing the calcium and magnesium buildup in your faucets, in your appliances, your ice makers, all those sort of things. And it does work, and it doesn't hurt any water or do anything chemically to change the water. It strictly does it by the ion charges on the water. And again, we talked about water softeners. They remove the calcium and magnesium. Now you're not getting the benefits of the calcium and magnesium. So, what does the ion do? It conditions the water. You have different sizes for different houses. And where can we install them? Well, if your water line comes in the garage and you have a shutoff at the garage, you can add the ion right there in your garage. Very easy to work on, very easy to have. And of course, this product doesn't have any maintenance. This product will last 20 to 25 years, continually serving you, and you never have to do any maintenance on it. What if you don't have a water line coming in the garage? Most of the water lines in the North Texas area and in Texas in general come in the front of the house under the ground. We don't have basements here. If you're up north and you've got a basement, it's simple as pie to install this. You just put it in on the incoming water line right after your main shutoff valve, and you've got your entire house conditioned with water conditioner. The ion will take care of everything in the house. You just have to size it correctly. If you don't have that and you're in the North Texas area, we usually have to bury them in a valve box in the ground. We make sure that we dig down, we find the water line, we put in a main shutoff valve, we put the ion right there in the ground, we make sure we put gravel in the box, and we leave a clearance underneath the ion and the valve so that there's at least 3 or 4 inches of clearance between there and the 12 inches of gravel that needs to go in the bottom of that box. That way it keeps the water and moisture away from the ion and the main shutoff valve, so there's no corrosion taking place. The ion is made to where it's made out of a material that doesn't corrode. You're perfectly fine putting it underground, in the wall, at your water shutoff in the garage. You can also install them just on the hot water side if you need to, especially if you have a hot water recirculating system. In fact, if you have a hot water recirculating system and you install one of the ions on the main water inlet, it's even a good thing, and you don't have to, but it gives you much better protection if you'll put an ion on the recirculating line. A smaller one, of course, on just the recirculating line, because you're constantly moving that water through the water heater, reheating it. So that calcium and magnesium are always getting reheated, and they're wanting to precipitate out of the water. But if you use that ion on your recirc line, it helps keep those things suspended and not building up in your recirc line or your water heater. This also keeps your water heater from building up sediment. Now, if you do flush your water heater when you have an ion on, what's going to happen most likely is you are going to see quite a bit of stuff flush out sometimes. But the cool thing about that is it's all flushing out. It's not stuck to the inside of your water heater. So if you do see a lot being flushed out when you've got an ion on your system, that means it's working correctly. All of that lime buildup and alkalinity and calcium and magnesium buildup is not sticking to the inside of your heater. It's staying loose and being able to be washed out. Again, this video is not sponsored by Halo or the Ion, but it's one of the very easiest and best functioning water conditioners that you have. There's no maintenance to it. Once you put it in, it's forget about it. All you need to do is make sure and wipe down those faucets and wipe down those shower heads, and it'll wipe right off. You don't get the hard water stain buildup that you do when you don't have any type of water conditioning. So remember, there is a difference in water conditioning and water softening, and there are differences in different types of conditioners and softeners. The Ion by Halo is one of the very best out there. If you want to learn more about the difference in water softening and water conditioning, click up here and watch my video that talks about the differences in the two. I hope this video has been helpful, and I hope now you understand a little bit more about what the Ion does and how great it can be for your water system. Please let me know how you like this video. Give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and just tell your friends the Butler did it.